And welcome into Rebecca K Crochet. Today what we are going to do is this spiked granny square stitch. And what I am using for this stitch is just scrap yarn that I have laying around. I'm not even sure what kind of yarn it is. I think the turquoise is, they both maybe I love this yarn, but I think the turquoise for sure is I love this yarn. And I think the colorway is turquoise. It is on my little bobbin thing that holds the yarn and goes round and round. And then I have just a scrap of yellow yarn. So, and they're 4-weight yarns. You will also need a crochet hook. Mine's a Susan Bates size US J10 6mm. You will need a pair of scissors and a darning needle. So let's get started. Okay, so we are going to chain 4. In the first chain that we made, we are going to do a slip stitch to create a circle. You can use the magic ring here. I prefer not to. Gonna chain 2, and we are going to do 2 more double crochets for a total of 3, because your chain 2 does count. We're going to chain 1, and we're going to do 2 more double crochets. That's Snow if you're hearing my kitten. He just woke up from his nap. I woke them up actually when I came in. Okay, so we chain 1. So we did 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 more double crochets, and we're going to do the granny clusters for a total of 4 times, chain 1, and the granny cluster is your 3 double crochets, chain 1. 3 more double crochets. Chain 1, and then we are going to go into the top of the chain 2 with a slip stitch. You can do, I'm going to back up because I'm going to do a half double crochet here to put me in the middle of the stitch. So I'm going to do a half double crochet into this stitch that puts me in the middle. I'm going to chain 2. I'm going to go back in with 2 more double crochets. I'm not going to chain, I'm going to skip over, and I'm going to go 2 double crochets for the corner. We're forming our corners, or 3 double crochets, sorry. Pull out some yarn. We are going to chain 2 and do 3 more double crochets. We're going to skip over to our next corner, which is skipping these 3 double crochets, go into the chain space, and we're going to do 3 double crochets, chain 2, and 3 more double crochets. Skipping over the 3 double crochets, we're going to work back into this space right here with 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets. Now we're going to skip over, and this is our corner that we started. We only have half of our corner done, so we're going to do 3 double crochets. And we're going to do a double crochet into the top half double crochet to the top, but we're only going to pull through 3 loops, and we're going to change colors. Let's see if I can get this done here. And I am going to tie on with a slip knot. I just prefer it. You can just do it normal, I just prefer the slip knot. Snug this down. We're going to chain 2. Sorry, that was a loud airplane. 2 more double crochets, working over our tail. We're not going to work over this, we're going to carry that up if we can. Now we're going to start our spike stitch. So we're going to do a double crochet, and then we're going to do a double crochet in the top of this stitch down below, in the middle stitch down below. Pull it up, kind of wiggle it back and forth, pull it up, and finish out your double crochet. It should go down. And then do a double crochet back into the chain space. And there's your spike stitch. Now in the corners, we are just going to do 3 regular double crochets, chain 2, and 3 more double crochets. We're going to skip over and we're going to do that spike stitch again where we do a double crochet, and then we're going to go down into the middle of the stitch, working over, pull it up so that it evens out, and then we're going to finish off our double crochet and then go back into that space with a double crochet. And there's your spike stitch. And then go back to the corner, do our 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets, just normal double crochets. It's trying to get enough contrast so you could see the stitches. I'm hoping it's working. And then we're going to go back down in here and do our spiked granny with a double crochet, and then come down into the top of that third or that middle stitch, pull up the loop, and then go back in with another. If you have to, you can move it over to find your chain space, or to find the space in between, and then move it back over again, which is perfectly fine. 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 more double crochets, so we start out as a regular granny square. The first 2 rounds are just regular granny square, and then the third round is where we start doing our spike stitch. Go down to the stitch below, kind of keep it loose back here, and you won't have to tug and pull so hard. If you keep your hand loose, your tension loose when you're doing that middle stitch. Now we're back to our corner, and we've already done the first part of our corner. Now we do the second part of our corner. And then we are going to do the half double crochet join. Got a piece of hair right there. And that's what we look like so far. We can snug this down. And that's what our spike stitch is looking like so far. I'm going to do another round. I'm going to do 2 rounds of the turquoise color. So I'm going to go through, I'm going to chain 2, and then I'm going to do 2 more double crochets, and I'm going to let you sit and watch me do this stitch. we have an extra one on this side. So instead of just one, now we're going to have 2 on each round. Our regular 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets for the corner. And that's going to be all the way through. The corners are going to be a normal granny square corner. The only place that we are changing is in the middle stitches. Three double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochet, I want to bring this forward so you guys can see how this comes off of this. I have my yarn on this holder where it spins. I want y'all to see how nice and smooth it comes off. So there's where it's coming from, is the outside. And it turns so nice and smooth. So if you don't have one, you might want to think about getting one, because your tension can stay the same with this. It just spins right off. There's not much give on it. See how it just unwinds just so nice. And you don't have to worry about it. You've already caked up your yarn. You don't have to worry about the tangles. It's so nice. That's what we're looking like so far. And I'm just showing you that for those of you who've not seen one working. I really enjoy mine. Okay, we're coming up to the end. We're at the end of we're at our corner, so we do our 3 double crochets. We're going to do a half double crochet in the top of this chain 2 space right here. And we're going to change our color. So if we've thought about it and we've carried up our color, then we don't have to worry about cutting it off, but I'm going to have to cut it and start over again. You can change every round, you can change every 2 rounds. It doesn't really matter. You don't have to change any rounds at all. Oops. Snug that down a little bit. Pull through. If I can get my fingers to work, I've been not crocheting still. Our garden is just getting ready to stop production, so I'm still putting stuff up. So my fingers are still not crocheting real well right now. So now we're going to chain 2. I'm going to move this out of the way so y'all don't have to see that. And we're going to start all over again. And I'm going to finish off. I'm going to go back with the yellow and do more rounds, and I will meet you back here whenever I get some more rounds done to show you what it looks like in the end. Okay, so now whenever you go to the very end and you're going to finish off your stitch, you chain 2 and you slip stitch to the top of your square. You slip stitch to close it, cut your work, and pull it out, snug it down, sorry. Have a frog in my throat. And this is what our square looks like. So you can see that the stitches drop down into each. Your regular granny square, it doesn't do that, but then it'll drop down into each of the stitches below. And this is what it should be looking like for you. And that is your spiked granny square. You can do this, like I said, you can do this in one solid color. The spikes don't show up as good as 2 colors do, or 3 or 4 multiple colors. This would make a great blanket, scarf, any kind of project actually, the spiked granny square. I may show you how to do this on the straight, you know, just row by row and not in the square. I'm getting ready to start a new blanket, so I'm not sure what stitch I'm going to use yet. So I hope you like, subscribe, drop me a comment, share it with your friends, and I will see you on the next one. Have a great day.